With 3 everyday matchbooks, you will explode their mind. That'll be messy. This episode of Scam School is the science project gone awry from GoDaddy and Gamefly. Welcome to the show that shed a single glorious tear the day prohibition ended. Scam School, the only show dedicated to social engineering at the bar and on the street. I'm your host, Brian Brushwood, and this week's effect is super easy. It's totally versatile. You can play it as a mental miracle or as a physical feat, and it uses the easiest to find objects, 3 simple matchbooks to do the matchbook connection. What's going on, gentlemen? I'm Brian. What's your name?
Phil.
Phil and
Paul.
Paul and
Greg.
Omid. And Omid. I will forget all of your names instantly. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to do a sweet little mental match miracle. That was a lot of M's. And I don't know, you can play this off as a psychic thing. I'm not going to say, I don't claim to have psychic powers. But here's what I did. I don't know if you noticed, but they've got these presidential matches. Did you see this? You buy a whole box of them, and then there we go. I pulled out 3 of the sweetest ones. You got JFK, because he got busy with Marilyn Monroe. Theodore Roosevelt, freaking Panama Canal, and that sweet mustache. And Martin Van Buren, because of those sick mutton chops. We got 3 of my favorite presidents. I'm going to turn around, and here's what I want you to do. One of you guys reach in with cat-like grace. Pick up one of the matches. Open it up, pull out one match, and put it back exactly how you saw it, okay? Make sense? So that when I turn around, like if one's all twisted, I'm gonna be like, oh, you stole his sweet mutton chop. So I'm gonna look around the other way, okay?
Steal the match?
And you can steal the match from the front, from the back, from the middle, it doesn't matter.
We're good to go.
You got it? Okay, awesome. Interesting. All right. I'm gonna try to go entirely by weight. JFK felt a little bit weird, I'm not gonna lie. Teddy Roosevelt felt pretty solid. Mutton chops, no, he's right. Definitely, without a doubt, you stole it from JFK. And there it is, right out the back.
You're right, dude.
That's right, sucker. You give me the clap, that's cool. Here's the important thing, you guys wanna learn how this bad boy works? Yeah, you guys are like, no, that was good enough for us. Thank you. Have a good night, Brian. All right, we're going to find out, but first we have to check in with our sponsors. If you're new to Scam School, you may not know what a domain smack is. Well, in short, domains are so ridiculously cheap through our sponsor at GoDaddy.com that you can register them just for fun or to make a point. For example, take an insulting domain like loseridiot.com and use the forwarding feature to have it point to any of your friends' websites. You type in loseridiot.com and all of a sudden, there's their smiling face. And they don't always have to be mean. For example, Jason Fryer just wrote me saying, Brian, I just registered my domain smack, feralmountainman.com. Since John Hodgman has claimed that Jonathan Colton is feral in both of his books, I thought I would help Jonathan by sending a new domain to his site. I'm sure he will appreciate it. Of course he'll appreciate it, but come on, you gotta admit, he looks like a feral mountain man. Don't forget, if you want to get the best price on your domain smack, use the promo code SCAM10 at checkout. Not only will you get your domain for $7.49 forwarded anywhere you want for free, but you'll be keeping Scam School in business. All right, now I know I'm going to break Omid's heart because I know you really genuinely wanted to believe that I was feeling the weight of the matches. Has nothing to do with it. Okay. So here's, first of all, one thing that I thought was a clever twist on this was you can grab it. This works with any 3 matchbooks. You can take them right at the bar. But what you want to do is add some kind of context to give it a character to it. If you have 3 blank matches, then write down the names of people, maybe some of the people around here or whatever. Make it about a character. That's what I like about these little presidential ones is because I get to talk about, the individual people as if I give a damn about matchbooks, right?
Right.
Has nothing to do with feeling the weight of the matches. Has nothing to do with the position of how they're placed. It has to do with only one thing, and it's so blindingly simple, and it's so unbelievably imperceptible that you're not going to believe it. All you have to do is when you are feeling the matches, like, hold on, let me test them. All I'm doing is I'm squeezing the matchbook down tight so that the matchbook is locked in really, really tight. And I do that with all 3 of them. Now, when you guys open one up to take it, most people just plop it back in. And so when you hold it in your hand, in fact, all of you guys grab it. You grab one. And first push it down so it's really tight in there.
when it's really tight, you can put your thumb on it and you can just barely I mean, you're moving really big. Like without any perceptible movement whatsoever, you should be able to feel whether or not, like in this case, you can feel that it's tight.
It almost locks in.
It totally locks in, right? But then once it's popped out, the moment you have it on there, you can feel it wiggling all around. I'm gonna tighten this here. And then when I'm moving it, the whole Matchbooks moves. But then once it's popped out, when I wiggle it, just the top goes. Now this is exaggerated so they can actually see it.
It's like Martin Van Buren's actually there, man.
He's actually bobbing up and down. That's the ghost of, I am Martin Van Buren. My mutton chops are sexy.
I was gonna say the mutton chops actually kind of scare me.
So here's what we're gonna do. You guys know the principle of it, but we want to actually make sure you actually can pull off the trick. So we need a volunteer. Who's actually going to perform this for us?
I'm gonna have to say it's again with the microphone.
Oh man, okay, all right, done and done.
Yeah, sure.
And I tell you, you can do it for Omid after the break.
This is it, gang. The last week of submissions before we put together our 100th episode Scam School Spectacular, and we want to feature you. Just a super short video will treat us right. Just say howdy, congrats, thanks, tell us your favorite moment, or just say you suck and tell us why. Post it up on YouTube and drop me an email at brian@revision3.com with the link, and we'll get you on our 100th episode Spectacular. All right, let's talk about GameFly. You like games, I like games, and GameFly is the largest online video game rental service that offers you a choice from over 6,000 new and classic titles from all consoles and handhelds. They got plans starting at $15.95 a month, and members can rent 1 to 4 games at a time and keep them as long as you like, with no late fees, no due dates, and shipping is always free. Once you're done playing a game, just send it back and GameFly will send you the next one. And if you really like the game you're playing, just click on Keep It on the GameFly website and the game is yours at a discounted price. GameFly will even mail you the case and manuals free of charge. The best part is Scam School fans get a free 2-week trial when you go to gamefly.com/scamschool. That's gamefly.com/scamschool. It's completely free. It's as good as winning a free drink. Get on over there. Now, before we have Phil pull out the trick on Omid, you had a really good question. You said when they went to check all the matches, that screwed me up. It did insofar as I just had to reset them all again. Because in this case, you guys opened them all up. I was like, well, crap, I can't do it quite yet. So what I did was like, hold on, let me get a feel for it. And I kind of hold to and act like I'm feeling the weight. But in fact, what I was doing is I was resetting them right in front of you, like, oh, that weighs about that much. And this one weighs, oh, there. And now I'm set and I'm ready to go. So now that's a very good question, though. And you've got to be adjustable because people will try to. Other times they may want to shuffle them, like they'll take out their match and then they'll just do this. If they do that, it's going to bang up to where they all pop out, and you don't want that. So instead, that's why I say one of you reach in with precision, remove one match, and set the matchbook as close to where you found it as you can begin with. And then that way they're focused on the position, which is a total red herring. But very good question. All right, Phil. Show us.
Okay, so I'm
very subtle
looking
there,
inside myself.
Making that obvious.
All right.
That's very subtle.
All right. Okay. I have 3 matchbooks here.
Yep.
And I want you to remove a match from one of them. Go ahead and leave all the other ones where they were. What you're going to do is you're going to pick up the matchbook and place it very carefully right back where you had it after you remove one match. So here we go.
He's peeking. No, he's not peeking. All right, Amit. Stole the match. You'll never find it. No, don't. All right.
I have a feeling that all of them have been. Just let me. All right. Let's see, JFK. All right.
Phil, maybe it's because I know you're doing it, but it's like blatantly.
All right. It's telling you no.
He's telling you no. He's telling you no.
Teddy and I had a talk. And, I think that one of his matches has been stolen.
Why don't you check? For how easy a trick this is, it's actually a hell of a fooler, but you got to do the good acting. And like you said, you know what the trick is, so you have a feeling you knew what he was doing with this. But if you don't know, you can make it subtle enough that it should.
The thumbs are the tough thing, just making it seem like you're not actually pushing down.
Yeah, and that's why you probably want to start with all 3 of them, either already set or in front of them. Show that all the matches are there. What you can do with one hand is you can actually gesture with it. And if I'm gesturing, this is a case of the big move. is cover. The big move of me pointing at everyone is
much
going to
harder to
cover up
see.
the small move.
Phil, also notice the eye contact.
Right.
Eye contact is crucial there.
Yeah, definitely.
That's
Yeah, it
one of the
helped
other
out a lot.
nice things. Yeah, and
because then people were not looking at my hands suddenly. So.
In fact, that's when one of the brilliant magicians, Max Malini, said that the best way to misdirect is to look somebody in the eye and ask them a meaningful question. So if you want to get people's attention off your hands, they'll say, "Did you ever fantasize about JFK?" And then immediately,
Marilyn Monroe.
exactly right. And then meanwhile, you can get away with freaking palming an elephant at that moment. But look, man, you guys did great. You guys are gonna have a lot of fun with this one. Thanks so much. Appreciate it, guys. Now, one tip when you're doing this is you're going to want to get familiar with your matchbook, so you probably want to provide your own, although you should be able to do it just with ones you find at the bar. I want to hear about some presentational aspects you guys come up with on your own. How would you present this one? Post them at the boards at revision3.com/scamschool. If you want to suggest your favorite bar scam, hit me up at brian@revision3.com. And if you're doing the Twitter thing, you can follow the show at twitter.com/scamschool or find out when I'm coming to your hometown at twitter.com/schwood. Next week, we're going to be learning how to open a scrying portal using an everyday mirror and some chicken blood. Until then, I'm going to get back to work.
Red herring, no pun intended, right?
Oh, because he's got red hair! I'm not going to. No, I'll totally fine.
That was a good one.
No, that's totally fine.